Schmoedown. I'm Christian Harloff.
I am Mark Ellis, and today, Christian, we have two teams. And what's the goal of any team winning? One of them is going to win here today.
Well, that's a good assessment. And what we can say from these two teams here, we've got a brand new team making their debut in the Nerds Watch.
That's right.
You have Ken Napzok, who is not a rookie,
But a nerd. Big nerd.
And he is bringing in his teammate, who is a rookie, Rachel the Crusher Cushing. We don't know a lot about her.
But we know she's a nerd, too. That's why they are the Nerds Watch, Christian. Not any nerd gets to be on the Nerds Watch. You got to know your stuff about a variety of topics.
That is correct. And they were supposed to play against Sam Levine and Jay Washington. Schedules did not permit that. So, Tuff Beats, who were the team babyface of the year last year, they stepped in. They want a chance to redeem that loss against ETC, so they now are playing against the Nerds Watch.
And we haven't seen Nerds Watch compete together as a unit yet, so we have no idea what to think. But with Tuff Beats, I am so confused as to how to feel about their odds here today, because in one match, they wiped the floor with Sam Levine and a guy who was on Jeopardy. The next match, they just simply did not come to play. What was the difference?
I think, to be honest, I think it was the Vulture, because when you had the Vulture, Jonathan Voytko in that first match was on fire, and people were like, when's he going into singles? I think that the second match got to him. The lights got to him. He missed questions he clearly knew. So the question is, who is going to show up in this match?
Will the Vulture be an eagle or an albatross? Those are all birds.
You've been waiting for that one. All right, so before we get to the actual match, we're going to show you a little bit about these teams and what they're all about right now.
I'm not happy with how the match went last time. I know this guy isn't either. We don't take this lightly. We like to have fun. Winning is important, and we plan to get back on top today.
Yeah, James Horner is still haunting my dreams. It's beautifully scored dreams, but it is still haunting my dreams.
People have been asking me about Rachel Cushing, a mysterious figure from the north. When I was asked to enter the Schmoedown, when I was begged by the fans to come into the Schmoedown, I thought, how best to enter the Schmoedown world? I'm going to bring someone who knows everything.
I don't know anything about Rachel Cushing. We do know Ken is...
She's very tall.
Yeah.
She's taller than me.
And apparently she knows her stuff. So, she is a bit of an unknown. I hope she's not the wild card here, but we're going to do our best to win.
You can expect a lot from me. I've got a wide variety of knowledge. I did the whole film school thing. I've been in LA for 15 years. I love movies. They're my passion. I got the nerd categories down. I got the classics down. I got the Oscars down. I know Ken's got Star Wars. I know he's got comedies. He's got action films. We balance each other out perfectly. We're the team to beat.
All right, Nerd Watch. Welcome to the party. Welcome to all the shenanigans. It's going to be a blast, but you know what? Our record means a lot for us, and we got to give you an 0-1 record. I'm sorry. That's just how it has to go down.
We felt the sting of defeat. I don't want to feel that again.
This is going to be the first step into a larger world. That's from Star Wars.
Thank you.
We are here to compete. We're not here for a sideshow. When everyone else is shouting, we are here to win.
Boom.
All you haters who bitch about the rap, fuck you. We're having fun. Oh no, P. Nemi just dropped an F-bomb. This new beat's gonna take us to the top. Against Ken Napzok's Nerd Watch.
What?
Before you know it, we'll be a 2-1. I never knew we could be so rough. That's what happens with a beat so tough. We're here to win, but if we have fun, that's enough.
So there you go, Mark. Obviously, not a lot of smack talk. They respect each other. They're looking to play. Ken's got a lot of bling around his neck if you include Comic-Con badges.
I guess that is considered bling in our community, and I think it might come down to how many outer space questions Ken Napzok gets to field. We know he loves Star Wars, but can he answer questions about movies that take place here on planet Earth?
Well, we're certainly going to find out right now, but also make sure that you guys, you click like, you comment. If there's about 60, 70,000 of you guys watching right now, then that's how many should be commenting on like. You want more matches, you want bigger matches. That's how it happens. All right, here is the tale of the tape. You've got The Nerds Watch, which Star Wars obviously a strength. You've got Oscar movies as a strength. And for Ken Napzok at least, staying home on purpose. And then you have Tuff Beats. Strengths are comic book movies, horror movies, and also dancing and making things fun. I like that. That's a nice strength.
They are great at dancing. We know we're going to go to get a good intro from Tuff Beats. What is Nerds Watch going to bring to the table? Is it going to be more Game of Thrones theme? That's a TV show. There's not going to be any trivia questions about that, I don't believe.
Well, until they make it a movie. But it's time to go. Mark, are you ready?
Are they making a movie about Game of Thrones?
I think eventually.
I'm ready to go, Christian.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, representing Winter,
Oh, here we go.
making their Schmoedown debut, the Pit Boss, Ken Napzok and Rachel, the Crusher Cushing.
Ken
There he
Napzok
is.
with
Looking
weapons.
out. Oh, he's by
he
himself.
emerges with weapons, but where is his partner?
Oh, there she is.
That is chemistry.
That's-
She also has a weapon, a crossbow.
And, oh, she shot the cameraman.
Copster is down.
Copster is
This is
done.
not a joke. We need medical attention for Copster.
And look, they're sitting next, not sitting next to each other. Obviously, sitting seat to seat here. We're going to. I'm excited here. I'm ready to see what we're gonna get with Tuff Beats who's coming out.
They need to be made aware the Game of Thrones question's not going to be asked today, Christian. I really feel like it needs to be mentioned up top.
And their opponents.
I can't stop this feeling.
Are they dancing babies?
I don't know. With a record of 1 win, 1 defeat.
Just don't realize.
They are the number 9 ranked contenders. Jonathan, the Vulture, Voytko, and Scary, Perri, Nemiroff, Tuff Beats.
Oh, boy. What timing.
Oh, look at that. How nice is that? This is a family show.
Look at that, Christian. Mrs. Vulture giving a kiss to Mr. Vulture.
Tuff Beats loves playing in the crowd.
Very positive energy.
Now look at Ken Napzok. That's a gentleman pulling out the seat for
Gentlemen,
Perri
now
Nemiroff.
Voytko and Cushing, a little bit of frostiness between those two.
And I love the fact that they have Hooked on a Feeling still playing. It's unbelievable. Really good stuff.
It sounds really nice. The Guardians of the Galaxy intro, or a Dancing Baby if you were around in the late 90s, versus Game of Thrones. Christian, clearly somebody who's having fun with this versus a new team that's being very serious with the competitiveness.
Well, look, this means a lot for both these teams. Obviously, you have the Nerds Watch who wants to show that they're going to be a team to really look out for. And then you have Tuff Beats who needs to prove that they're going to still be relevant in this league.
At the end of the day, they're all still going to be nerds, but one of them is going to have another win in the Team Movie Trivia Schmoedown Tournaments matchups. It's not a tournament.
It's not a tournament.
No, it's not.
That's all right. But it's not like you just
I
started.
read my cue cards wrong.
That's fine. Someone did it on purpose. All right, let's get to the rules. Would you like to tell them those?
In round 1, Tuff Beats and Nerds Watch. You will all get 8 questions. You have a dry erase board in front of you. Please write down the answer to the question. When you are asked to reveal the answer, please show the answer on your dry erase board as well as announce it at the same time. Each question is worth 1 point. There's obviously no stealing and there's no penalty for missing a question. You get a total of 15 seconds to answer each question.
All right, so also remember the JTE rule. What that means is that you can ask to repeat a question only 3 times per match. And you have a challenge rule that if you do not believe that something was called correctly, you can challenge that. If it is overturned, then you can have another challenge. But if it is not overturned, you will lose that challenge. All right, Mark,
All right,
let's get going.
it on. Nerds Watch, you guys feeling okay? It's your first battle.
Our watch has begun. We're good. We're ready.
And Tuff Beats, y'all have been here before. You guys equally as prepared.
All good.
We're ready, yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right, pretty stock answers. Here we go. Your first question in the world of animated movies. Who is the main character in the animated film An American Tail?
You seen that one?
Saw it in the theater.
You did.
Saw it in the theater.
Do you remember?
Yeah, well, yeah, I remember seeing it in the theater, Christian.
Oh, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Perri.
I think I spelled it wrong, but Fievel?
I can accept that. Ken?
Fievel. He eventually went west.
All right, that is correct.
Yeah, I wrote 502, but spelling's probably wrong.
Okay, that's okay. 5 okay. Everybody got it right. There you go. They're starting out nice there, 2-2.
Interesting to note, only Rachel Cushing spelled Fievel correctly.
Yeah, we're gonna spellings are. That's fine. This is not. If that was the JT rule.
I'm making a note of it anyway.
All right, here we go. In the category of action adventure, in X2, X-Men United, who responds to Bobby Drake's parents that they teach art at the school?
I saw that movie in Los Angeles.
I saw that one in the
It was
theater.
at the Grove.
Yeah.
Good popcorn, right?
Yeah,
best popcorn.
Terrible seating. Sorry, Grove. 5, 4,
I don't think they're going to
3,
accept that apology.
2, 1. Pens down. Ken.
Sure. Professor X.
Incorrect. Jonathan.
I said Wolverine.
That is correct. Rachel.
Wolverine.
That's correct. Perry.
Professor X.
All right, so you still Tough Beats and the Nerds are still there, tied up here. All right.
Your
Question 3.
next question comes from the world of comedy. What was the first name of John Goodman's character in The Big Lebowski?
Love that movie.
Did not see it.
You still haven't seen it?
No, I've seen it. I didn't see it in the movie theater.
All right. I like that movie. All right, 5.
Very good.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Jonathan.
Total Gas, Tom.
That's incorrect. Rachel.
Total Gas, Bob.
Incorrect. Perry.
I know nothing for now.
That is incorrect. And Ken.
Walter, you're over the line,
Correct.
Donnie.
Ken Napzok.
Donnie? You can remember
Ken
Donnie.
Napzok here
right.
with the big point there for Ken.
Christian, Team Nerdwatch has pulled into the lead by 1.
Yeah, all right. Ken Napzok hits that big one there. Here we go. Drama. Hal Holbrook plays Deep Throat in what classic political drama? Now, did you ever see that one in the theater? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pen down, Perry. And Rachel.
Big fat brain fart.
Oh, you want to go first? Okay,
Oh, you
fine.
said
Ken,
my name.
I was put your pen down.
Oh.
Perry, brain farting left and right.
All right, so then we'll go to
Barely.
Ken. Ken,
All the President's Men.
correct for 1 point. Jonathan,
All the President's Men.
that's correct.
That was
Rachel.
a good joke.
All the President's Men.
That's correct. All right, so there you go. The Nerds
Wow.
are still up, and Tough Beats gets a point there because Jonathan hit it correctly. All right, Mark.
All right, your next question comes from the world of family films. What is the name of the boy who falls in the chocolate river in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? They should have made a bunch of sequels. Like Willy Wonka has other, businesses, pizza places.
Right, instead of doing the Michael Jackson version of him, right?
Well, yeah, it should have been like Willy Wonka and the Fazoli's Italian meal.
Sure. 3, 2, 1. Pen down, Rachel. And what do you got, Rachel?
Absolutely nothing. I was going with the fact.
The fact. All right. All right, and Perry.
Augustus Gloop.
That's correct. Ken.
Augustus Gloop.
Ken. Look at Ken and
I knew
Jonathan.
something with a G in it. I said Gunther.
All right, incorrect. But Tough Beats and Ken Napzok is on fire right now.
Gunther, get out of the river!
Yeah, okay, so there you go. Now going into fantasy sci-fi, Brendan Gleeson's character, General Brigham, assigns Tom Cruise to the front lines in which film?
I liked how you accentuated that.
Which one?
You really made me feel like I was in a sci-fi adventure.
Did you? I should have pitched
the
it.
front
To the
lines!
front lines. And 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Perry, what do you got?
I know it's not the title. I started writing Live, Die, Repeat because it's all I could think of.
Incorrect. And Ken.
Remember Legend?
All right.
It's not the answer, but remember it?
Incorrect. Jonathan.
I wrote Live, Die, Repeat.
Incorrect.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's correct. Edge of Tomorrow is correct.
Right.
It is the title of the film. All right, here we go. Next one.
Horror thriller, your next category. What horror franchise includes sequels titled The Final Chapter and The New Blood?
Is that Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles not a horror film.
It was the second one was if you saw it.
I guess it is a pretty scary concept.
All right, here we go.
Turtles, mutagen teenagers,
3,
scary things.
2, 1. Pens down, please. Ken Napzok.
A squiggle?
Squiggle is incorrect. Jonathan.
Friday the 13th.
That is correct. Rachel.
Jason.
Incorrect.
Friday the 13th.
Wow, 2 more points for Tough Beats tying up the game there. Is that tying up? Or 8-7, sorry. 8-7. Now the Nerds are up by 1 point, and your final category, famous directors.
These are famous directors.
Directors who are famous.
These are directors who have acquired some measure of fame in their career.
Who directed comedy hits such as The Birdcage, Working Girl, and The Graduate?
What's your favorite out of those movies?
Out of the three of those, I'm going to
Yeah.
go ahead and say The Graduate.
I was going to say The Graduate, too, but Harrison Ford, not to be overlooked. Him and Sigourney Weaver, Working Girl, good stuff.
Good chemistry.
Good stuff.
3, 2, 1, pens down, please. Jonathan.
I wrote James L. Brooks.
That is incorrect. Rachel.
Mike Nichols.
That's correct for 1 point. Perry.
Hi, Mom.
Incorrect. And Ken.
Mike Nichols.
Wow, 2 points for the Nerds. So look at that. After round 1, the Nerds Watch has a 3-point lead over the number 9 ranked team, Tuff Beats. It is 10-7 going into round number 2.
And Christian, I'm hearing in my headset Perry's mom has written back. She says, Perry, the answer is Mike Nichols. In round 2, you will see a giant wheel behind you that I built by scratch.
Yep.
By myself.
That's a lie, yeah.
It has a bunch of movie categories. Each category will correspond to 6 questions from said genre up here at the desk. Each question is worth 2 points. If you don't know the answer, you can check to multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1 point. There is stealing in round 2. However, there's no penalty for missing a question. Let's see, Nerd Watch, you guys are in the lead. Would you like to spin the wheel first?
We are going to go first, put some pressure on them.
And I will
All right.
remind you guys, if you do not like the category you spin at first, you are allowed to spin again, but then you must answer questions from that category.
All right, Ken, give it a spin.
That's a big Night's Watch
It's a
spin
good
right
spin.
there.
I like that spin, and it's going to land
Give that man a dire wolf.
on Action Adventure.
Action Adventure.
Not a bad category there.
But how did Ken and Rachel feel about it as a
I
question?
don't know. We'll see. What are they going to do?
We're going to take a risk. We're going to spin again.
Wow.
That
okay.
is a big risk.
That is a big
in,
risk.
In your and I's book, that's a big
It is,
risk.
Yeah, okay. There's the spin. Ken doesn't even listen to our banter.
No, he doesn't. And we
it's
have,
on.
once again...
Oh, that's a big one for Rachel. Rachel's
Oscar
very excited about that.
movies.
Rachel's very excited.
That is huge.
That is a big category for Rachel. All right, 6 questions in the realm of Oscar movies. Are you guys ready to go? All right, here we go.
Yes.
Name the actor who won Best Actor for Network in 1977.
Peter Finch.
That's correct for
2 points right off
There
the
you
bat.
go.
Cushing hitting her stride early.
All right, Mel Brooks won his only Academy Award in the category of Original Screenplay for which film?
Mel Brooks should have won like 900.
Yes.
We're going to go multiple choice.
All right, is it A, History of the World Part 1, B, Blazing Saddles, C, Young Frankenstein, or D, The Producers?
Young Frankenstein.
Incorrect.
Producers?
Correct for 1 point.
Big,
There you
big
go.
steal.
That's a big steal. Tough Beats needed that one. All right, question 3. One of the cons in 2013's American Hustle involved catching politicians taking illegal bribes. What state were these politicians from?
New Jersey.
That's correct for 2 points.
There's
Wow.
50 states in the
And she
union, and
got
she
it.
was able to
She
narrow
nailed
it down to one like that.
All right, question number 4. What musical, based on a Charles Dickens novel, won the Academy Award for Best Picture in 1969?
Oliver.
2 points.
Christian,
Look at that.
we are witnessing greatness, and Ken Napzok is along for the ride.
Please, sir, can we have more questions?
All right.
He contributed a joke, but no points.
I like that. I like that. All right.
That's why he's on the team, Christian.
All right, here we go.
Better than my joke.
Question number 5. What lady won her first Best Actress Oscar for her role in 1992's Howard's End?
Emma Thompson.
2 more points for the Nerds.
Ken allowed a whisper before Rachel answered to make it feel like he's contributing.
Now, this is going to be a big one here because they can give themselves a nice cushion.
Christian, we could be getting into knockout territory if they get this one right.
I've been there. It's better on the...
Who directed the 2003 Best Picture winner, Chicago?
Rob Marshall.
2 more
This
points.
is unbelievable.
Look at that.
I'm
What
applauding.
a debut by Rachel Cushing, earning the nickname
Wow.
of the Crusher. All right, here we go now.
Tough Beats,
now
you still
it's
wanna
time
play?
For Tough Beats. They're not out of it. They need a strong category here. They could absolutely come back and make this a game. All right, Jonathan, give it a good spin here. There's that spin, and it's going to land
good
on...
spin. Quality craftsmanship.
Spinner's choice!
The
That's big.
one they could have used.
That's big.
The
That's
whole
big.
world is their oyster.
That makes it a competitive game here if they pick the right category.
Now, you know Perri loves the horror thrillers.
does.
Will Jonathan acquiesce to such a crazy demand?
Well, but they also are they gonna also be looking towards comic book movies? We'll see here, or Star Wars maybe. Oh, it's Star Wars isn't done. Never mind. 3, 2, 1.
I think we'll do horror.
Horror.
They're
okay.
going with horror thriller.
All
Jonathan
right.
coaxed into it by scary
like-
Perri Nemiroff.
All right, scary.
We didn't do it last time.
All right, here we go.
That's fair.
Your questions, Tuff Beats. The first one is, what is Bradley Cooper's character's profession in 2008's The Midnight Meat Train?
Photographer.
2 points.
Look at that, coming
A
back.
much needed 2
Coming
points.
back here.
All
All right.
Perri.
They're still not out of the woods yet, though.
They're not out of the woods. It's still knockout range right now.
Your next question. In what film will you find the very special meat pies made by Mrs. Lovett?
Sweeney Todd.
That is correct.
There you go.
The
2
Demon
points.
Barber of Fleet
So
Street.
right now they are out of knockout territory unless there's no steals to be had.
Spoiler alert, there were people in the pies. Don't eat them.
All right, here we go.
Your next question. Who directed The Dead Zone starring Christopher Walken?
Do multiple choice.
As follows. A, David Fincher. B, David Cronenberg. C, John Carpenter. D, Wes Craven.
Cronenberg.
It looks like the
There
right
you go.
category
1
to
point.
choose.
There you go. Oh, at 1 point. 1 point.
Another correct answer.
I mean,
for
I'm
Tuff
okay with
Beats. Here we go. Your next question. Vanished author Sutter Kane wrote a novel whose events are actually happening in what 1994 flick?
Secret Window.
That's incorrect.
Incorrect.
For sure. All right.
Wayne's World 2.
Both good guesses, but no. We were looking for In the Mouth of Madness.
All right.
In the Mouth of Madness.
But not and no damage done there.
No, there was no steal.
Yeah.
Your next question, you have 2 left. Besides Misery, what other film based on Stephen King material stars Kathy Bates? The answer to this is not Wayne's World 2.
Multiple, please.
Is it A, Sleepwalkers, B, Salem's Lot, C, Dolores Claiborne, or D, The Mist?
I wonder how I would guess right now. I'm terrible at heart.
I think I'd be doing the guessing if you and I were on
That's
the
probably
team.
true.
Dolores Claiborne.
Give him a point.
Correct for 1 point. All
Give
right.
them a point.
So they've cut it down to 6.
But Christian, the crawl is not going to be complete unless they can get this last question to really make it a competitive round 3.
Here we go.
Your last question in the category of horror thriller. Eli Roth has directed 1 sequel. What is it?
Hostel 2.
2
points. Look at that. What a fight. You got to give Tuff Beats credit there. 2016 now, they were on the verge of being knocked out, and they're now have cut it to a 4-point lead.
It doesn't matter that Rachel Cushing knew all those answers before Tuff Beats did. The fact of the matter is they had first crack at it. They got it right, and now we have a good round 3 on our hands.
All right, speaking of round 3, how does it work?
Round 3, I need 3 numbers from each team that range from 1 to 25. Those will correspond to a category up here on the desk. Those questions range in value from 2 points to 3 points to 5 points. Once we tell you what the category is for your 2-point question, the teams are allowed to select who is going to be answering it. The other member will answer the 3-point. Then you're only allowed to confer with your team member on the 5-point question. Nerds Watch, you guys have retained the lead, although Tuff Beats did come back to play well. What 3 numbers would you like to select from 1 to 25?
Well, we're going into the 7th season of Game of Thrones. 7.
Well done.
Let's do that. We're also going to do number 2,
Okay. For what?
Yeah.
Nothing?
Derek Jeter.
Okay.
And
He was great in Game of Thrones.
He was
yeah,
great.
and 15 because it's a weird number.
Okay.
That's how many people were beheaded in one episode.
Tuff Beats, don't feel compelled to try to compete with that because everyone could. So what do you got?
We're going to do 8, 4.
And 13.
8, 4, and 13. All right, let's start with Tuff Beats. Going to try to avoid a TKO here.
All right.
All right, Tuff Beats, you chose category 8 for your 2-pointer. You have chosen Pixar films. Who would like to go answer the Pixar?
I'll take that one.
Okay. Perri, what animal distracts the dog in Up?
Squirrel.
Correct, for 2 points. All
I
right.
only knew that because I hear squirrel in Mark Riley's Cowboys.
There you go.
Christian, I think we actually witnessed a brain fart happen to Perri, but she recovered from the stench and she got the squirrel right. It's a 2-point game.
All right, Jonathan, now to take the lead here, you have the 3-point question, and you stole a category from Rachel Cushing because it is Oscar movies.
Ooh, that's huge.
What was Russell Crowe's character's name in the film Gladiator?
Holding his head as though to preserve the answer inside.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Blanks, yeah.
For Maximus. Maximus.
Maximus.
All right, so it comes down now to the 5-pointer that they can confer on. If they confer on this and they get it, then it'll go back to the Nerds Watch.
And they'll have their first lead in a long time.
Here we go. Question in category number 13, Tuff Beats, you chose dramas. What is the name of Owen Wilson's character in the film Midnight in Paris?
His name?
His name.
Another name question.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Frank Smith.
And your winners, by way of technical knockout, the Pit Boss, Ken Napzok and Rachel the Crusher Cushing, the Nerds Watch.
What an impressive debut for the Nerds Watch. Maybe just as impressive as the debut for Tuff Beats, which feels like an eternity ago now.
It does. I think Maximus is the new James Horner.
That's right, Christian. It was a bit of a layup there. Jonathan Voytko couldn't quite conjure the name at the time. We're going to see just how bad they feel about that loss and how excited Nerds Watch is to get the win right now.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Josh McCouga here with today's winners, the Nerds Watch. I'm a fan of them, mostly because they went with the Game of Thrones title. Our first Game of Thrones team here in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team League. Congratulations on the win. How do you guys feel? Rachel, your first match in the whole thing.
I'm just so happy that I got Oscar movies. Ken showed up in round 1. It was pretty much exactly how I hoped my first match would go, so I'm really happy.
Ken, how you feeling about your partner?
First of all, I'm feeling great about my partner. Fortune favors the brave, and we had action adventure there. I knew in my heart this wasn't the category for us. We took that chance and paid off. I do want to say something about Tuff Beats. They came into the last minute. They stepped in. They have an integrity to this game. They are champions in their own right, and I am not counting them out. They will be back, and I want to thank them for a good match.
Well said, Ken. So I got to ask you, Rachel. Obviously, you know your Oscar movies. That was apparently obvious in that round. Were there any categories on the wheel that may have stumbled you a little bit? Because when it landed on Oscars, are you fooling the fans with knowledge of just Oscars, or should they draft Nerds Watch in their fantasy league?
Oh, they should absolutely draft Nerds Watch. But I've got my weaknesses, like just about everybody. There's a couple on there that made me nervous. I got to say that horror category was tough. Sure. Good on Tuff Beats. Like, I don't think I would have gotten all of those, but I'd say there's more than half on there that I'm pretty comfortable with.
I think the other question a lot of fans want to know is, how did it feel under the lights for the first time?
It felt really amazing. I had the nerves, they were there, but Ken's an awesome partner. Tuff Beats was a great opponent, and I think I can settle now. Like, the lights and the cameras didn't faze me. I did well, so on to the next match.
Well, you crushed it. Now, Sir Jorah, I got to ask you a couple questions. One, you're the people's champ. This we all know. People love you. You know, you haven't been in the Schmoedown in a minute, but you rocked round 1. Yeah. How'd you feel after round 1? Because you kind of crushed it.
People disregard my film knowledge because I haven't seen one in a theater in 6 years. And that's fair. I get that.
Do we not count Star Wars as a movie? We count that as an experience?
That's a life, a way of life is what it is. But I know my stuff. I regularly compete in pub trivia, and sometimes I'm asked to leave because I know too much about the 90s. So I know I can hold my own, and we are ready to move on.
Yeah. What's next for the Nerds Watch? The watch continues.
We know and want to know we still have a path to the championship. But make no mistake, I entered this, and I brought in one of the best competitors. You'll find out. Draft her, get behind her, have the faith in her that I do. But we are here for you, Patriots. I've been watching on the sidelines for a very long time. You are good. You are two intelligent, smart movie fans. JTE, you spent a lot of time on a bus listening to movie podcasts. Of course you know stuff. I think you earned those titles. But in your hearts, you are hearing footsteps. You are braggarts. You are bodacious. You are ostentatious. You are cocky. And in your heart, you hear the footsteps of the Nerds Watch. Because I've been watching you from afar, and you do not bring a class to your victories. You bring the knowledge. But we are here to teach you a life lesson. We are your vengeance coming to you.
You heard the footsteps. You hear the Nerds Watch. They are coming. Look out, Patriots. You got a new fan favorite here in the Team League, Nerds Watch. What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Here with Team Tuff Beats. Unfortunately, came out on the wrong end of things today in the Schmoedown. How you feeling right now? I'll start with you, Perri.
Not happy. I'm really not happy right now. This league is making me more and more competitive every single day.
That's the point.
I wanted to win.
Are the Bangs upset?
The Bangs are the Bangs have like little schwitz in them because I was getting really nervous.
Jonathan, how you feeling? I gotta say, man, not knowing Maximus made me want to throw my computer out the window. But how you feeling right now?
You know what? Honestly, look, the Maximus thing, I got hung up on it. It's one of those things. I don't feel it's as bad as James Horner. And honestly, like, I gotta say, I'm proud of our performance. I know we lost, but we came back from a big,
huge,
from their big lead. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we were getting things that were very tough questions.
Your core category was brutal, and for you guys to pull out a lot of those was pretty impressive. I think all the fans, listen, at 1 and 2, yes, you're in a hole, but you have the talent, you have the knowledge to really climb out. So what do you guys want to do next? Who do you want to see? Where does the path to the championship start back again for Tuff Beats?
That was a really motivating speech. Thank you. I needed that right now. Between you and your positivity, I'm feeling a little better already. My bangs are still schwitzy, though. Thanks, Anna. I want to get back in there ASAP, and I'm open to playing anyone at this point. I am really just addicted to this game, and I need to keep playing. But, you know, if I'm being realistic right now, I think we'd be a really good match for 6 Degrees. Don't you think?
Yeah, I take those bets.
They're taking the bets on 6 Degrees. Do not count out Tuff Beats. Do not count them out. They have knowledge, they have pride, they have passion, and they have power. I think that was some cool runnings. We'll see you guys next time. Schmoedown.
All right, so how about that? Ken Napzok taking those little subtle shots at the Patriots and saying that they're here for they're here for the team league. They're here to play. And Rachel Cushing did not disappoint in her debut.
Do not mess with Rachel Cushing. Ken Napzok, he's got a lively sense of humor. He's a very handsome guy to look at. Does he know a lot about movies based on Earth? That has yet to be determined, but it didn't matter in this game because Rachel Cushing is his teammate.
And Tuff Beats obviously very disappointed from that loss. You hear Jonathan Voytko talking about Maximus, but they're gonna need a win. They're gonna have to play someone, whether it's Hector and Adam, whether it's Miss Movies and Stacy. They're gonna have to play somebody who's got a same record now in order to keep themselves in this league.
That's right, and I think I speak for us when I tell all the fans out there, in the words of the legendary Frank Smith, are you not entertained?
Very nice. I like what you did there. And coming up this Friday, how about this for some drama? Woo. You've got William the Beast Bibiani coming back from his surprising loss against Little Evil JTE, going up against Elliot the Mountain Dewberry. Whew. What is going to happen there? Can the Beast rebound, or is Dewberry going to prove himself the next one to upset the Beast? We're going to find out on Friday. And you guys, comment, keep it coming. What matches do you want to see? Who do you want to see in this league? And make sure you hashtag Schmoedown for every time you're posted on Twitter. And check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page started by the fans. Talk to competitors. Talk to your fellow fans. There's polls there. There's a whole bunch of things. Get active in the community. Join right now.
Of course, and while you're on the YouTube or check it out on iTunes, the Schmoedown Rundown recapping all the latest action, giving expert analysis and scats in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. That is Christian Golden Throat Harloff. I am simply Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Subscribe right here at Collider Video. We'll see you guys on Friday.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Josh McCouga here with your fantasy update after Team Tuff Beats versus Team Nerds Watch their first match. 20 solid points for Nerds Watch. Obviously, Rachel Cushing is a force to be reckoned with, and Ken Napzok with a great first round. If you don't have him, pick him up. If somebody else already picked him up in your league, I would go for them. Listen, Tuff Beats still has a bunch of matches. They work here, so if we need a last-second fill-in and somebody cancels, you probably should hold on to Tuff Beats. Yes, they only scored 9 points. It's not a huge day, but it's also not a bad day. You also got a lot of teams coming up in the team league, so that's a lot of people you should be watching about maybe flipping, about maybe trading, and possibly with the success of the team league, we're looking at maybe a Ken Napzok single, maybe even a Rachel Cushing single. Obviously, she knows her stuff's 20 solid points for Team Tuff Beats. Updates all the time on schmoedown.com. Frank Janish puts a hell of a lot of work into it. If you're in a league and you're asking me points about KO bonuses, TKO bonuses, officially, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You can run your league however you want. You can have 10 points, 15 points, 20 points, whatever you want. A lot of huge matches coming up, a lot of points to be had. It's the Fantasy Update. I'm Josh McCougan.
Hey guys, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll help you stay up to date with everything we've got going on here at Collider.